This is the story of a deal gone wrong. Horribly wrong. This is the story of the exposure of the skull Mohammed Azawi and the lost shipment. So before moving forward, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video for more informational videos like this. Without any further delay, let's dive in. Mohammed Azawi, also known as the Skull, is presently 49 times old, has 5 children, and is hubby to a well-known influencer. Mohammed used to be a gatekeeper at clubs. He was described as a kind and good-hearted Joe by people that know him. In the 90s, he was involved in a thievery on a truck full of cigarettes. During the thievery, they held the motorist hostage for some time. They're all arrested. After his arrest, he's doomed to community service for his share in the thievery. Fast forward to 2010, he's jugged several times for immorally growing cannabis. This isn't the utmost impressive track record if you consider other culprits. But if we formerly again presto, forward in Mohammed's timeline, this time to 2023, he was now supposedly active in the coke business. He might limit his involvement by now, because it has led to him being in a veritably delicate situation. A payload of 1,200 kilos of coke forming from Brazil, with an estimated value of 25 million euros, arrived according to plan in the wharf of Antwerp Euroterminal in the Waaslandhaven. It was Mohammed's responsibility to get out the coke of the holders and deliver it to the buyer. This buyer was apparently a Serbian crime group. The deal was structured fairly simple. Mohammed would get to keep 200 kilos for his services, and the Serbian group would get their 1,000 kilos. Still, Mohammed would not do the job himself and decided to outsource it. He signed someone differently to get the coke out of the holders. This would turn out to be a major mistake. He signed someone by the name of Kane. This man and his crew got out the 1,200 kilos successfully and gave Mohammed his share of 200 kilos, as was bandied beforehand. Still, what they would do with the other 1,000 kilos wasn't according to plan. Rather than delivering it to the buyer, the Serbian group, they gave it to someone else going by the name of Smiley. This meant that the Serbian group was now suddenly left empty-handed. Trouble incontinently starts brewing. Stealing 1,000 kilos within the demi-world will no way go without consequences. Unfortunately for Mohammed, he was now target number 1. The Serbian group held Mohammed responsible for the missing payload worth EUR 25 million euros because he's the one that accepted the job. They don't watch the fact that he, in his turn, outsourced the job to someone differently, and he got squinched over. He was set to meet the ruthlessness of the Serbian group on the 22nd of February 2023. Mohammed was supposed to meet someone in the evening near Trace Parking Moorloos near Antwerp. The meeting would obviously be about what had happened to the payload and Mohammed's responsibility. Mohammed apparently was formerly bothered about his safety on his way to the meeting. He texted his family about his enterprises. It's safe to say that those worries were valid. The cameras of the total gas station prisoner, Mohammed, arriving. He goes into the store, where he waits for many twinkles, and also proceeds to walk out of the shop again. As he walks on the parking lot at exactly 20:49 in the evening, he's seized by multiple men wearing balaclavas. The men put a bag over his face, and with a lot of force, they pushed Mohammed in a black Volkswagen Golf R. Within the blink of an eye, the Volkswagen Golf pets off onto the trace towards Antwerp. Mohammed's family, who he texted, just arrived and tried to block the Golf R from leaving. Unfortunately, he couldn't manage to do so. Had he been 30 seconds before, it might have all been averted. There were plenty of people at the gas station that witnessed what happened. As they saw it all unfold and heard Mohammed screaming for help, several substantiations incontinently called the Belgian police. The Volkswagen Golf R is spotted laterally that evening in colorful areas in Belgium on cameras. But Mohammed wasn't in the auto presently at that time. The Golf R was a rental auto from a company in Brussels. It was seized many days after what had happened. Police, of course, incontinently conducted their disquisition on the auto in regard to implicit DNA samples. But as the auto was a reimbursement, numerous different people had used it after the incident. This made it extremely hard for police to draw any conclusions from the DNA they set up. What would be in the following days is unthinkable and really movie-like. But unfortunately for Mohammed and his family, This isn't a movie. Days after what had happened, Filmland and vids started circulating in the demi-world. Police heard of the Filmland and vids, but they had yet to actually see them with their own eyes. The Filmland and videos showed Mohammed to be in a seriously dangerous situation. One of the vids reaches several Belgian news outlets. It's a videotape in which Mohammed explains the situation and what had happened with King and Smiley. I hereby quote Mohammed, "King must be set up." He took the 1,000 pieces. King would apparently bring them to Smiley. Whenever we asked who Smiley was, he was not suitable to answer. "That's none of your business," he said. He went on to say King has contact with Smiley. Mohammed is seen in bind on the videotape. This videotape was participated each over social media and news outlets. 2 days laterally, an analogous print is participated. The last picture was participated on the 1st of March, in which Mohammed can be seen with his hands underneath a kerchief. The clip only lasts an alternate or two. Mohammed says, "It's the 1st of March, and I am still alive." Ever since it has been silent. Since the 1st of March, it has been silent regarding Mohammed. Still, it doesn't mean there isn't passing anything in the background. The Serbian group is obviously also looking for Smiley and King. Some way or the other, they need their kilos back. In the demi-world, you don't just accept that you're being ripped and go on to plan the coming payload, especially if it's a payload of this size. You'll go after what's yours at all costs. The Serbian group in turn had to pay their supplier in Brazil too, and most likely formally started to feel the pressure. Who would like to be in debt of a South American combination? I know I would surely not. The 200 kilo that Mohammed originally got as a figure was returned. This meant that there were still 1,000 kilos missing. Apparently, the Serbian group is laboriously on the quest. There have been several intriguing effects passing in Belgium to people who are supposed to be close to Smiley and King. The most recent incident has been on the 6th of March. A certain family was the target. This family was the target of several snares. One net was tied to the frontal door and caused a lot of damage to the home. A fresh 3 snares were stuck under 3 vehicles, which were situated in front of the home. They all exploded around 3:30 at night. The noise incontinently caused neighbors to wake up and call the police. The residents, family, deny any ties to the demi-world. They're a family with 2 adult sons, and according to the father of the family, they all have good jobs. He said, "I'm not getting involved with dealing any illegal substances. Why would I? I have a good job and everything is paid for, my house and my buses." I wish they left a note, so I had a better explanation as to why this happened. What are your thoughts on this? Do let us know in the comment section below. See you in the next one.